Hello everyone, this is Judy. I'm from HYPIA, and today I'll be interviewing Ines. Hi Ines,
Hello, thank you for the invitation.
how are you?
I'm doing pretty well.
Good, good. So, yeah, you're now in Czech Republic, is that
Yeah,
correct?
correctly.
Okay, so you speak Czech?
I hope so. You never know. I would
Yeah,
love to believe that I do.
yeah. So what are your languages?
Mm, uh, so, um, I'm originally from Latvia,
Yeah.
so my mother tongue is Latvian. Besides Latvian, I know at various levels approximately 20 languages.
Well, 20 languages?
Yeah.
Wow.
And all of them I have studied at various academic institutions, actually.
Because you have a PhD, right?
Not yet, hopefully this
Oh,
year.
oh, so you're a PhD candidate.
Yeah.
I see. And what are you doing your research on?
Um, my PhD thesis is devoted to folk tales of
Mm-hmm.
various nations. I read tales in Slavic, Baltic languages, and then I try to figure out uh, how um how their tales have evolved during the
Yeah.
time and trying to find out if there are some similarities or
Oh.
some differences. Yeah.
And in which language are you doing your research?
I'm writing my dissertation in Czech,
Wow.
actually.
Oh, so that's
It's
the
not an
reason why you're
easy
in
task to do.
Czech Republic.
Hmm.
You're
Yeah.
doing your studies there.
Hmm. At Charles
I see.
University.
Wow. And before that, you did your master's in folktales as
I
well, or?
actually have two masters. One
Yeah.
is in semiotics and electronical culture, and the second one is in modern linguistics.
Oh,
Yeah. And before,
electronical culture? What is electronic culture?
basically, um, the studies were devoted to human behavior in various social networks,
Yeah.
media. Yeah.
Okay. And then your bachelor's degree was
In
in
Finno-Ugric
linguistics?
linguistics.
Greek?
Finno-Ugric linguistics.
Oh,
I
wow.
was studying Finnish, Estonian, Livonian. Yeah.
Wow. And so your interests are very diverse, I guess?
Mm-hmm.
And how did you get to that PhD research topic? Because it's pretty narrowed down. And yeah.
So the point is that the interesting thing is that actually um, um, my goal was never to study languages. I was mostly interested in different cultures
Yeah.
and how people perceive and interpret the world around them. And in my eyes, language or languages was just a tool how to gain a better understanding of their perceptions. Let's say
Hmm.
like that. So yeah, it's a
Wow.
little bit complicated.
So it was never your intention to study linguistics, but
it was
you
it
ended up
was just
studying.
it was a side thing, let's say.
I see. So your culture interest was more in culture.
Hmm.
Mm,
Yeah,
I see.
exactly. And also, let's say, to gain a better understanding how cognitive functions are taking place in human brain, let's say.
I see. And
Because
you're
we all can see the same thing very differently. Yeah.
yes, I see. And I guess your PhD topic, research topic, has to do with culture, right? It's not purely linguistics.
Actually, I'm enrolled in the field Slavic philology.
Oh, I see.
But despite this, I'm not forced to purely study language as such. I can, like, let's say, use, in my case, folk tales as a medium to explore and understand
I
language.
see. And what brought you to Czech Republic to do your PhD? Yes, but why in Czech Republic?
Yes, I decided to relocate to the Czech Republic because I was interested in semiotics, and
Mm-hmm.
I actually had two choices or possibilities where to study it. One was in Estonia, and the second
Mm.
was in the Czech Republic, and somehow I decided for the Czech Republic.
Mm,
Yeah.
I see. And how did you speak Czech before you went there?
A little bit, a little bit. This was also an interesting experience because when I found out that I was accepted
Mm-hmm.
and I was given opportunity to pursue my studies in the Czech Republic. Czech Republic, I had a very short period of time uh, for learning this language, at least to
Mm-hmm.
B2 level. So
Yes.
I managed actually during 3 months to achieve actually to improve my Czech from A1 to B2, but I was basically just 3 months studying Czech and not doing anything else.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you were completely immersed in that language.
Yes, the most important is to have motivation and then
Yeah,
possible.
I
But it
see.
was hard.
And what attracts you to Slavic languages and culture?
Uh, because they are pretty similar to Baltic languages,
Yeah.
like my native language, and I find them easy to learn because we share common vocabulary
Hmm.
due to various historical reasons, and the grammar is pretty easy for me because we share also this very similar grammatical constructions. So, yeah,
Okay.
and this sounds nicely.
Yeah, yeah. And are you interested in any other language groups?
uh, Currently, not long time ago, I actually started learning Turkish.
Oh.
So I can't say that it's an easy task because it's another language family, and after studying it for half a year, I'm not able to express myself like freely,
Oh.
and I just know some basic phrases.
Yeah. Okay. I think, if I remember correctly, you wrote in your profile that you want to study Japanese or Korean. Is that true?
Yes, yes. I started, and I'm not counting them
Hmm.
as the. I'm not considering that I know something in them. I found these languages very hard for me, for myself, because of so me, because of their like sound system. Because
Yeah.
as a native speaker of Indo-European languages, I find it hard to distinguish similarly, at least for me, similarly sounding sounds and tones, and yeah, it's
Mm.
pretty hard.
I think Turkish is pretty similar to Korean.
Hmm,
Yeah, the
interesting.
grammar. Yeah. Although I've never learned Turkish. Yeah, so your 20 languages, they're mostly Slavic languages. And do you have any
Mm,
Romance languages as well?
um, I had mandatory French classes in secondary
Oh,
school. Yeah,
I
I
see.
was studying French for 3 years.
I see. So your French is fluent or?
No, it's not. I can say that I know quite well 8 or 9 languages. Among them are my mother tongue, Latvian, then I know Lithuanian, Russian,
Oh,
Czech, Polish,
oh,
Finnish, Estonian, German. Yeah,
yeah. I
these
see.
are the languages that I feel comfortable to
And
speak.
how did you learn them? On your own or?
At school, at university, and so on.
Mm,
I always, like I said short time ago, that I always studied them with at various institutions or with a teacher in some language courses.
and how did you find out about HYPIA?
Yeah. In general, I can say that my interest in connecting with others who are passionate about
Yeah.
languages emerged during the famous COVID
Mm.
pandemic, when I spent most of my time at home. During this time, I discovered polyglot uh, events organized by Polyglot Gathering, and there I eventually met Matthias,
Ah,
who was encouraging people to join HYPIA. And as a result, I decided to give it a try, and I'm very happy about this
yeah.
because um, I was given actually an opportunity to connect with many interesting and nice people. Yeah.
Mm. And I also read that you are part of the HYPIA research team.
Yeah.
Can you tell me more about that, please?
Um, Basically, to be honest, I have participated only in one discussion. I
Yeah.
don't I even don't remember anymore what was the topic. I think it was something about language policy in different states, if I'm not mistaken. Like the goal of hyper research was or still is to explore various questions devoted to languages. Yeah. Like
Mm.
we gather together just to share our impressions, opinions, and look for example, for some solutions, how to improve something. And
Mm. I see. So you've been involved in the gathering, polyglot gathering as well?
yeah,
Were you
um,
there last year?
yes, I was, and I gave a talk about um, multilingual identity.
Mm-hmm.
My talk was based on my research on people speaking multiple languages,
Mm-hmm.
and in my research, I tried to uh, find out if these people um, um, sometimes feel if their identity is split between different cultures,
Mm-hmm.
and if they feel some patriotic feelings towards their country or of origin. And also, I wanted to learn about various methods that they use in their language studies, and also I tried to find out what motivates them and so on.
How does languages affect people's identity? For example,
Mm,
your identity, how do you define it?
it's actually I can say that I feel that my identity is split
Mm.
because sometimes I feel very patriotic towards my home country, Latvia. Then
Mm.
I feel uh, occasionally feelings of belonging to the whole region of Baltic states because I speak these languages and I know the history and mentalities, and we have pretty similar mentality. And last year, I also feel connected to Czech Republic. Yeah.
I see.
Mhm.
Yeah. And when you learn languages, do you usually, how do you decide your next languages?
It always somehow, I don't decide, it somehow happens naturally. I have
Mm.
observed that one language always leads me to another. Like I can give you an example. When I was doing my first master, I was required to take some um voluntary subjects at university. So I was thinking, maybe I could take Lithuanian because it might be very easy for me to learn it and I will very easily get necessary credit points. And yes, I started learning Lithuanian and then I went to Lithuania. Then I met lots of wonderful people from Poland, and this encouraged me to learn Polish, for
Mm.
example. Yeah, everything goes hand in hand.
Well, so your next languages will be Japanese and Korean, or do you have any other languages in mind?
I still have in my list, yes, Japanese, Korean, and Italian.
Italian.
Hmm.
Okay.
It's
I
a
think
wonderful
Italian
language.
will be easier because you speak French, right? So, yeah.
Mhm.
And what keeps you motivated when you learn languages?
Mm, not not to be honest, not always I feel motivated.
Yeah. Yes.
uh, Quite often I experience situation when I see that I'm not improving, uh, knowledge of like some certain language, and then I even consider quitting uh, my studies, but then I take a break from it and then somehow I get back to it.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah. So, do you have any plans to attend the gathering or conference anytime soon?
Mm, yeah, I know that I will be in Brno this year in Polyglot Gathering. And yeah, about Polyglot Conference, I don't know yet because it's not known where is it going to be held. So
Yeah, true. And is there a big polyglot community in Czech Republic?
Um, in my opinion, no. I got the impression that maybe it's probable that it's only just my subjective opinion, but in general, I got an impression that Czechs are not very keen language learners.
Okay.
But in the Czech Republic, on the other hand, in the Czech Republic, I have met very talented polyglots, to be honest, who speak plenty of languages. So it's very
Mm.
interesting. There are Czechs who speak only Czech and perhaps additionally English or some German, and then there are really unique individuals who speak maybe more than five, even 10 languages.
Mm. I see. And last question for you is, do you have any tips for people who want to learn languages, who want to become polyglots?
Um, uh, To be honest, not really. I only say to people like if something brings you happiness, then just do it. And the most important is to have motivation. And personally, I don't see it as a good thing to have, let's say, as a goal to become a polyglot. It should be just something that brings you really like happiness. You
Mm,
don't need the title.
I see.
The language acquisition or language learning is that the thing that should bring you joy, not the title.
I see. Yeah. That's a really good advice. Yeah. So, yeah, thank you for the interview, and I
Thank you
hope
for your
to
time.
speak to you soon.
Okay, bye.
Thank you.